Being storm smart means keeping our rivers clean, our fish and forests healthy, and reducing the risk of flooding. Friends of the Mad River and Storm Smart work with people across the valley to slow down, spread out, and sink in stormwater and runoff where it lands.
Well, when we thought about moving here and after kind of buying this property, we wanted to build a home and kind of maintain the property both in kind of ecologically responsible ways. And we also wanted to preserve and maybe even enhance, if we could, the property itself for a variety of reasons. One was to prevent runoff, because I know that's a problem in the Mad River Valley and the High Bridge Brook, which abuts our property. I can tell it's a problem when there's a storm. So we decided to leave almost all the property in a meadow, and we've been busy planting kind of lots of trees and lots of native plants and bushes. Well, we moved from New Jersey, which is the land of large lawns, and I had a large lawn in New Jersey with an old farmhouse. And I liked it, but when we moved up here, I kind of noticed the meadow above the house and how much life was in it and how interesting it was and how it changed throughout the seasons. So after the house was done, my wife and I said, well, let's just kind of leave it and see what happens. And it's just so full of life. Well, as a result of the Storm Smart assessment, I learned several things. One is that the basic plan we had for maintaining the property in the meadows was a good one. So that gave me kind of confidence to maintain that plan. It also got me planting some more native trees. I got quite a few from the Intervale Conservation Nursery to plant on the property and also down along the High Bridge Brook. We also got a parking area that will handle like 5 or 6 cars. Instead of putting in stay mat, we used permeable pavers. And so it's like a plastic grid that snaps together. It lays on some crushed stone, and then the pavers are filled with dirt and planted with grass. So the idea there is that rainwater basically stays put. The assessment also recommended that we do some things to slow the flow of water down. We have a pretty steep hill down to the brook. We had an engineer give us some recommendations on how to manage any runoff from the property down toward the brook. So we ended up putting in a swale, and at the bottom of the swale is what's called a level spreader. So the water kind of collects there, it's filtered. It's almost like a baby pond, if you will. So there's a lot of filtering going on before it reaches the brook. Something that's very interesting to me about High Bridge Brook and the river is that I think they are both indicators of the health of nature in the valley. Water drains throughout the whole Mad River watershed. So whatever's going on in the watershed is going to be reflected in the river. And maintaining good water quality is, I think, essential to the wildlife in the valley and to protecting biodiversity, which is something I care a lot about.